Hello friends, today I am going to introduce you to the chapter Mother's Day, which is chapter 5 of Snapshot. This is a drama written by J.B. Priestley, which portrays the following characters: Mrs. Annie Pearson, Mrs. Fitzgerald, Mr. George Pearson, Doris Pearson and Cyril Pearson. Mrs. Annie Pearson and Mrs. Fitzgerald are very close and thick friends. Mrs. Fitzgerald is the next door neighbor of Mrs. Annie Pearson. Both have contrasting characters. Mrs. Annie Pearson is nervous, fluttering, worried looking woman in her 40s. She is also a pleasant woman. She hates unpleasantness as well. Mrs. Fitzgerald is old, strong, heavy. She analyzes the situation objectively. She never listens to anybody's comments. One afternoon, Mrs. Fitzgerald comes to meet Mrs. Annie Pearson at her house. They both are engaged in conversations. And during their conversation, Mrs. Annie Pearson talks about her feelings to Mrs. Fitzgerald. She tells that her husband's children, nobody is caring for her. And her husband and children are thoughtless and selfish. So Mrs. Fitzgerald finds a solution to it. She comes out with a novel approach, that is exchange of personalities. They will hold their hands, loosen up their body, and Mrs. Fitzgerald is now to chant this mantra: Ashtalam, Ashtadham, Ashtalam Domana. Now the personalities have been exchanged. Now Mrs. Pearson is in the personality of Mrs. Fitzgerald and Mrs. Fitzgerald is in the personality of Mrs. Pearson. And Mrs. Fitzgerald goes to her house. Meanwhile, her daughter Doris makes an entry. When she makes an entry, she sees her mother smoking and playing cards. She is shocked to see her mother doing that, and she asks, "Mama, you are playing cards and smoking? What's this? I've never seen you doing this." "Oh God!" So Mrs. Pearson says, "Yeah, what for that? What is your problem?" And Mrs. Doris says that, "No, Mama, I have never seen you doing this. That is why I asked you." "Okay, well, Mama, you have to iron my yellow silk because today in the night I have to go out with Charlie's pants." So Mrs. Pearson teases her boyfriend by saying, "Oh, that silly little guy who is half-witted and buck-teeth. If I would have been in your age, then I would have selected someone better than that guy. Oh, with that silly guy you're going out." By hearing this, Doris gets angry and she shouts at her mother, "Shut up, Mom! How dare you talk about my boyfriend? And it's my personal matter. How dare you interfere in this?" So Mrs. Pearson says, "It's just a fact that I was told." And she goes away crying. Meanwhile, in between, her son Cyril makes an entry. When Cyril enters, he also finds his mother smoking and playing cards. He is also surprised to see his mother doing that. He is surprised as same as Doris was. He asks his mother, "Mama, tea ready?" So Annie Pearson says that, "I have only made it for myself. If you want to make, then you have to make it on your own. It's not my duty to do that," she says. So Cyril says that, "Why, Mama? Why not? Why can't you make tea for myself? Today you promised me that you will, because I have to go outside and I am busy." So Mrs. Annie Pearson says, "Well, I am free today," she says. Cyril also gets angry and walks away inside. Next, you will see the conversation between Cyril and his sister Doris. Cyril asks to his sister Doris, Has mummy hit her head somewhere? Is she balmy? Doris says that thank God. At least Mama has behaved with you in the same way. I thought I have done something wrong. And Doris keeps on crying. In the middle you will see George Pearson entering. And George Pearson finds her daughter Doris crying. And she asks, "Oh my dear Doris, why are you crying?" So Doris says that, "You will see, Papa." "Why? Why is he crying?" "You go inside first," Doris says. And when George Pearson gets in, he sees Mrs. Annie Pearson with a stout, drinking stout. And he's surprised to see that, and he's moreover shocked. He's asking Annie, "Annie, you're drinking stout? I've never seen you doing this before." "Oh God." And she says, "It's just for a surprise. It's just a change," she says. So George Pearson says, "I don't like surprises. By the way, today morning I forgot to tell you that today night there is a party at a snooker match at the club. So they will provide me with dinner as well as a bit of tea. So you don't have to make tea." So Pearson says, "Well and good. It's good that I didn't have to make tea. I haven't made anything now." So George Pearson gets annoyed and he says, "What? You didn't make tea? You didn't prepare tea today?" So Mrs. Pearson says, "My goodness, listen to the man, annoyed because I don't get a tea for him that he doesn't even want." And Mrs. Pearson tells to George Pearson that, "Okay, so you said that you are going to the club for the snooker match today, right? Do you know that there, people used to tease you like anything by saying that Pompey Pearson, that's because you are slow. So George Pearson gets angry and he says, "What? Never? No, nobody will say that." So Mrs. Pearson is saying that, "Yeah, I have seen many of them standing and laughing at the back of you. If you want, you ask Cyril. He used to join you to the snooker match at the club sometimes, so you can ask him," he says. And then George goes and asks to Cyril, "Is it right? What is he telling is right?" he shouts. And Cyril embarrassingly says that, "Yeah, Papa, everybody used to tease you." And then George gets angry and he goes away. Meanwhile, they will hear a doorbell at Mrs. Pearson's house. When they go, Cyril goes and opens the door and he says that, "It's that silly old bag from that next door," he says. And he walks away. Mrs. Fitzgerald comes and sits at the settee. They'll again start their conversation and Doris is asked to come down. And when Doris gets down, she says, she meets Mrs. Fitzgerald sitting over there. Mrs. Fitzgerald asks, "Hello, my dear Doris. Aren't you going out with your boyfriend Charlie Spence?" So Doris says that, "Why do you want to interfere in my personal matter? It's none of your business." Mrs. Pearson shouts at Doris, "How dare you behave in such a way with a guest? Don't you know how to behave? Is this the way to behave?" And now we are going to properly answer to the question that Mrs. Fitzgerald is asking you. She is a very nice woman. And Doris answers to it that, "I'm not in a mood. That is why I didn't go today." And they all will get inside and next Mrs. Annie Pearson says that, "I can't bear this. I can't tolerate this anymore. You have troubled my family as much as possible. Let's stop this and let's exchange our personality." So Mrs. Fitzgerald says, "Okay, it's your wish. Now let's exchange our personality." They will again hold hands together, loosen their body and they will chant that mantra, and finally they'll get their personalities exchanged. And before leaving, Mrs. Fitzgerald gives a warning to Mrs. Pearson that you are not going to behave as you have done before. If you are doing that, all our efforts will go in vain. So don't behave in such a way, handle them in the same tone and mood and with the same character. Saying so, Mrs. Fitzgerald goes. Finally, Mrs. Pearson's family will change themselves and will behave nicely with Mrs. Pearson. And thus ends the drama. Thank you.